Hi. You hear me? Can't hear me? I can't hear you either. I believe we're on page. We got to page 30, right?
We're on page 30, I believe. Yes.
Yes. So that's Havikuach Tam. Machlokas came to an end. Nobody knows why, of course. Too much Machlokas Rasago ben Meir. Bichlufei gross Shnis from the exchange of letters which was revealed from the Gairogniza. Einanu yodim echis taima machlokas ben Rasag v'chachmei Bavel leben ben Meir v'chachmei Eretz Yisrael. We have no idea how it came to an end. Mistabesh machlokas dacha le'ita. It would make sense to say that the machlokas gradually subsided. The chashatom chavsha ben Meir shuchnu l'kabel kfius hashanim. Apia masoras shaisab yedei rosh hagala shei yeshivos Bavel. That there was, I guess, since the focal point of the Masorah was considered to be Bavel, they won the day. Ben Meir Atzmoshe Zakenu Boded B'Maracha. Ben Meir himself was old and isolated. Lo Yachol Yamshich Ma'avak. He could not continue with the battle. Yesh L'Nech Shu Ichlit B'Ater Al Masorah Should be Adol L'Man Shmir Al Achdus Ha'am. This is all pure speculation, of course.
Well, he says it, yeah.
Yeah. That, but I think it's more. I think it's more likely they just died. At some point, he died. He was he was an old man. He died, and that's what brought it to an end. B'chol b'shanim dal tarpach kasher tosebes tarmach halakim lefiyah masores shel ben Meir isa alullah isa ligrom shuv levdelim b'simanei hakvius. Next time it happened, which is 927, Hinei Loni Sorer Ata Habikuach Ba'am Bisokloya Muchad B'Shmiras Mardim Chokilos Chaguas Hachagim Ba'osam Yomim. That was at the time already. The whole thing was quieted. Haluach Nechtam. Kajmana Sefer Iskatru Daros. Mumusag Shul Chasimas Haluach. Where in the concept of the sealing of the luach, we are intend to express or note the new situation, which was determined with the freezing of the principles and the reckonings, according to which the Jewish calendar is reckoned. Are now even before this
add some
now until near this until shortly before this machlokas. So the principles of the Hebrew calendar and its reckonings of Sodos. We're on a level of secret. That they learn to a select few. Shehem v'rakem. They and only they. Kabulas Hashanim. Determine the years, and the reckonings of the leap years were being upgraded, become more sophisticated. Be a dom in their hands. The nearest see Shem
Sichlulam.
We'll see what? Oh, they're the ultimate sophistication. Formalis. It's not a formal signing off. It is a freezing of a situation. Which it was seen to the Chachmei Ibor would be appropriate for future generations. And then nobody is dared to change anything in the Kohen Lelach. My Lelach is Kadesh L'Daros, and in practice, Lelach became Kadesh L'Daros. Which is why so many people believe there's like Halacha Moshe Sinai. Gam Am Yisrael Kulom Uchad Misayil Lelach Hashanah Me'oz B'Ad Ata U'Olamim Agavo Goel Tzedek. Okay, so that was again the machlokas according to this logic, which I concur. Make it clear, the machlokas of Ben Meir and Rabbi Gaon was the ultimate makabeh patish of the I guess the resolution of the machlokas today is the ultimate makabeh patish of the standardization of the Hebrew Luach, and it has continued since then accordingly.
Okay.
Okay. So in this next part, not necessarily so happy where he puts this, but okay, fair enough. We saw from the secret of the leap year to the Torah of the leap year, which is a weird way of putting it. So the Ibor be Yidei school. Adi Meir Rasag v'gam b'dor shlachrov. Even generation after him, I guess, the Meir generation afterwards, they were secret. Only individuals knew them. The members of the Ibor institution, in each every generation, period. You find some of these secrets in the Talmud. Based on the data which is brought there, we can understand, we can speculate that these farms were written near the time when the Luach was sealed. But not according to the way it is among us today. Well, period. There's known that later on some tikkunim were put into this. In any event, there's no practical possibility in the moment. We don't know how to understand how they reckon things then. In order to try and reconstruct the that paragraph was absolutely unhelpful. Okay, it said absolutely nothing. Let's try the next paragraph. Bisman shepartza hamachlokas ben Rasaga ben Meir hayusodas ibur shemurim bidei chachmei eretzov yad roshei yeshivos bebavel. So basically, there was no luach, right? Until, I shouldn't say it. The luach could not be made by any Tom, Dick, and Harry like it is today. Anybody today makes a luach, and it comes out remarkably similar, but not back then. During the machlokas, the sides were compelled to reveal some of the secrets. But they still did not allow every Tom, Dick, and Harry to find the reckoning of Hashonim of the years. Yes, they were cut and dry. There'll be no difficulty to reveal them. Especially after machlokas was decided. But there's a fact. Machlokas in the generation immediately after the machlokas. Okay, it's still afterwards. They still had to receive the final determination from Bavel or from Eretz Yisrael. That sounds like kind of selfish, but he's saying that it was done in order to maintain the supremacy of the Babylonian Kehilos in Klal Yisrael.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if it sounds kind of selfish, but okay. Sort of who follows far mufas kitara. Shema chados achar b'tzir social rasag b'reshisa me'ashminis of chamishi liyitzira. That seems like a mistake. Well, not reshisa me'ashminis. It's me'ah ha'asiris, I believe. Oh no, liyitzira. Sorry, no, I'm thinking about English dates. Never mind. He's correct. Megan of Rav Aharon Gaon or Rabbi Rahamim Aviv Rav Shir Gaon. Allah b'dosha nasi chizdoi. So he was not the Nasi in Eretz Yisrael, he was the Nasi in Spain. L'kabel kurba miroshe yeshivos b'Bavel as yisodos ibor. Klamar es hakolim ha'cheshbonos. Lefi motzim es kvius ha'shonim ha'is zos kufa by chel yeshivos Bavel lead och. The yeshivos in Bavel were on the decline. You know, once we thought it's a little bit. It's sad, but it's funny. So it's kind of like today. Surim Pumbedisa, once major cities with their centers of Torah. Eventually, it's like they ended up as two Batei Medrash on the same street in Baghdad. You know, like like Amir Panovich, right? You know, like this. No longer Amir, no longer Panovich now, but they were not just in Heibach Yerushalayim. They're both on the same street. So I was saying to that effect. So the yeshivas were on the way down. They were Bavel was losing its supremacy. Uvava's man, some new centers were opening for Judaism. The Chel Torzov and the golden era Svarad of Spanish Jewry began. Chachmei Svarad of Chulasoi Ibor, the Torah Ibor. I really don't like this terminology. They disseminated in the Kilos of Klaiso. It was no longer a hidden secret. I think basically he means is that the Rambam codified the Luach. In other words, the Rambam took the Yesodis of the Luach and put him into Yad HaChazaka. So now everybody knows the Luach, right?
Right. I think he's saying it happened before then. I mean, the Rambam is sort of the long-lasting example of that, but it started to be Mayfitz earlier than just the Rambam, no?
I don't know any sefer before the Rambam which talks about the Luach in a comprehensive way. There is a sefer, but I don't know from which time. There is one sefer which I'm aware of, but I don't know when it's from. Maybe it's going to say in the next paragraph. But there's one sefer Yerushalayim which focuses on Luach. It's one that was the basis of the machlokes in the Second World War about Japan. That's the name of it is slipping my mind at the moment. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Maybe he's going to tell us. גם אחר שסורי ברפח תורס איבור, אני אומר זה חכמי הקהילות, ולמעשה כל אדם מחשב את הקביל של כל שנה בעצמו, everybody can reckon every year on its own, גם אז ימשו חכמי ארצו, but טקס, they had still the ceremony של קידוש השנה, which means they went up on a shara rabbit, Taras Asim, or did something similar in order to announce what the following year is going to be. Eis Chacham Motzim Megillah Siv Yosar, Shom is supported that it's told that Yo HaKohen, Rosh Yeshivas Gaon Yaakov, HaYeshiva Yerushalmi Shivos Zman Goso Litzor, the yeshiva in Yerushalayim, which at that time went the goes entire. Shalach LeChaifa, he didn't go to Yerushalayim. He was in, I guess, from Tyre to Yerushalayim was too far. He went to Haifa. The guy says, "Shana b'shnas Aleph Shin Tzadikei L'Shtoros." He shnas Dalet Tat Madli Yitzira 1084 the Sfiras HaNotzrim, which means over 160 years after the machlekes between Reb Sadi Gaon and Ben Meir. Mavhira Bahar Heitev.
You skipped a line.
Oh, but Rambam B'Hilchos Kodesh Chodesh. Oh, Perakei Elohi Gimel Mavhir Have Er Heitev. I don't remember.
He states it very clearly.
Yeah, I don't remember the terminology. Have hair. We do it in our cities. We're not relying on ourselves. The famous Shitas of Rambam, he's obviously saying it very briefly here, which is that the Kiddush HaChodesh and the Kiddush HaShana has to be done in Eretz Yisrael.
Right.
The thing is, the Rambam says it doesn't have to be done de jure in Eretz Yisrael. It doesn't have to be done actively. It can be done passively. If the people in Eretz Yisrael consent tacitly and implicitly to a luach, that's considered to be the luach. Okay. So, but he has, I guess, as late as 1084, which is very late. There was still, it was already during Rashi's lifetime. Right, Rashi was 19 years old at the time. So, this is they were still being going to be Makadesh the Shona in Eretz Yisrael, at least in some formal way. And from the time it went out publicly and became the acquisition of the entire nation, then there's no way to change it. Can only analyze it and upgrade the way we reckon it. I guess we can computerize it. Chachmei Sfard mamציאים את חשבון התקופות לרב עדה. חכמי ספרד היו ראשונים לקבל ספרד עם ראשי ישיבות בבל, היו גם ראשונים בחקירות על חשבון העיבור. They first analyze it, whatever that means. בשנת ד' תשל"ב, 972, מוצאים את רב חסן הדיין בקורדובה, חוקר המעיין בחשבונות התקופות. He analyzes the reckoning of תקופות, so בונה תיאוריה, לפי יש לייחס תיקון החשבון והעיבור לזמנו של המלך דוד. He says that ultimately it goes back to King David. תלמידיו של חסן הנ"ל, ממשיכים בעיונים, they go on with their determinations, ומניחים ביסוד על חשבון התקופות של הלוח, הידוע עתה בשם תקופת רב עדה. The תקופת רב עדה is the 28-year cycle of the seasons, which basically is the Julian calendar.
Okay.
דרך עולם לייחס לרישום דעות תקנות כולי שנחקרו נחתמו על ידי חכמי הדורות המאוחרים. I'm not sure what he means by that. It sounds like he's saying that even though it didn't actually take place at the time, we attributed that time. Because he's
saying דרך העולם לייחס לרישום דעות תקנות כולי שנתקנו או קנו על ידי חכמי הדורות המאוחרים. In other words, we're giving credit for later things to earlier Talmidei Chachamim.
Yeah, but how does it manifest here? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he's about to say.
So the so he means Shearim. It doesn't mean actually Shearim. It means earlier generations. That's what it means. In other words, things which happen later are attributed to Hillel Sheni. That's what it means. Which evidently he claims is, well, we haven't seen what that is there, but he claims that it's not really Rav Ada who came up with it. As well as we link things to a big tree from which they grew. They say yes or to give more affirmation and strength to these takonos and these activities. So again, and that's why we protect them from complainers. 61 Rashim. Hamur Choker Luach Every Chesed Bornstein. Kilab B'Mechkarav Shemamsi Luach Hanal Mitzido Amasi who are Ritzba. I'm not sure what he means by that, but it's when Avram Chacham Mitzvahs Bali Tosfos Achiv Shom Shimon Mishans. The Rash Mishans Sof El Chemish Yitzira Meir 12 L'Shtiers HaNoitzrim. But what is this Luach of 61 heads? Maluch shows Shishim Rashim and Luach Nifla. Finitam Dasal P Mola Tishrei Shalshanar Rishon B'Machzor. Basically, you can tell from the Mola Tishrei of the first year in the cycle. The Simon Akvil Shokol Tishrei Asrei Shonos Hamachzor, the Kriyas of all 19 coming years. Luach Shishim Aleph Rashim Aruchos. Rashim Aruchos 61 of Shari Shonos. The 61 different possibilities. The Suram Shel Simon Akvils. In the way to reckon the signs of the Kriyas of Hamachzor, but Tzidah Shokov Fuleha Molados Lev Shorazu. There are parameters of the Molados according to this possibility. Madu Rak 61 Sharios, only 61. Yesham Arba Chios, the 4 reasons push up Rosh Hashanah. Hayotzros Arba Gvuid Chios Shel Yamim B'chol Shana Shasei Shnos HaMachzor, which create 4 parameters of push delays in each every year, the 19 years. And those Safim Shlosh Gvulos Chadoshim, the 3 new ones. Below Arba, not 4. Ki B'chol Shana the Chia Achas Nosen Shlosh Machzor Gvul Shem Tzakvai de Achas, because one of them is simply redundant. Minad Chios Shoshar Kanemis law, which already has in the previous year. Was Sahakol altogether 3 times 19. No, I'm saying 3 times 19.
Read Duchios 19-year cycle.
Plus 4.
I'm not sure what the 4 is.
It said that 4 the chios, but it says that 4 the chios is every year. Well, and this we said is going to find, but page 50 will give us, if we get there, the way to reckon that.
Okay.
Page 50 is beginning of a very frightening. It's page 50 looks very frightening. But there it is. In other words, each year has 3. I think if you take a look at page 19, each of there are in every cycle there are 19 times 3 possibilities, and I don't know what the 4 is.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. Nechtav v'lo nishlam. Gam chachmei amim hibiu hispalu some. Even the secular sages were astonished of the amazing structure of the Hebrew calendar. So which even in ancient times resolved the issue of the lunar solar calendar. Our luach is by definition not precise. The average length of a year in the Hebrew luach is aruka b'shir sheyoser mishesh lakos minash nasa shemesh l'mediyekas. Is more than 6 minutes longer than the precise measure of a solar year. Pesach becomes more distant from the beginning of springtime. Right, because each year gets pushed up by 6 minutes. Don't have to assume that the Chachmei are not aware of this. Who reconstructed the Cheshbon of the Ibor, Gila Maskana Shachar, Misodas Ibor Nolad, Noala Sos Luch Ebril Mushlam, Possession Motzei Pitaron, Labayah Hanal. He said, there must be some secret. I love when they speculate these things. There must be some secret which is meant to resolve this. But it was lost. Or the early generations didn't relate to it because it wasn't compelling for them. It's been forgotten. It's astonishing what, of course, Yafeh speculated was their secret solution. Marim Pashto, it's simple in its astonishing. It's the simplicity. Doesn't require substantial changes. You can change the order of leap years in a cycle as necessary. So Pesach will not come out other than in the right month. Or on the other hand, you can have a short cycle, 11 years, to cancel the excess. Which the moon has now become longer than the sun. 152, 153. Nechtom perek ze betfila borei olam she'er seinenu toraso v'yira tzor niskel chidush hasmicha kamas Sanhedrin lebias hatishbi v'gol tzedek b'mher b'yameinu amen. I think that part of the thing is that it's not really a problem until the year, like I don't know, I forget what exactly year, but it's a long time until Pesach would no longer be in the spring, but be in the summer. It's going to take a while. Right, so therefore, I don't think it wasn't a matter of concern, because by that time everybody figured Mashiach's going to come. I think that's the real answer. Okay. Question is where to go next. So I think the two of us have to take a look at the book over the course of next week and see what we find interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have to figure out, because lots of these pages were really meant only for the extremely devoted.
Okay. It looks like I'm looking at the table of contents. It looks like maybe 33 and 34 interesting. 36.
Okay,
Oh,
so let's figure it out.
all
I say
right.
don't
Well,
the
Believe that, or I'll try to look at it.
pages in the 60s do not look particularly exciting. Okay,
Mhm.
we'll figure it out.
All
Shkoyach.
right.
Okay.
Scott. Bye.